本物。
After a crazy fall season that gave us one blockbuster after another, winter 2023 has proven to be the slow season we really needed. But this respite is coming to an end, since the spring season is once again bringing us a huge catalogue of absolute bangers. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about 10 anime that are going to blow you away this upcoming spring. But before we start, I really like to know which anime you're looking forward to the most this year. So please share your answers with me down in the comments below. Now, let's get this show started. The first anime you need to look out for this spring is The Dangers in My Heart. As the title might suggest, this is a weird and quirky romantic comedy that's very near and dear to my heart. It follows middle schooler Kyotaro, who not only suffers from a clear antisocial disorder, but also dreams of harming his classmates. His mind is so messed up that he even makes plans to assassinate Anna, who happens to be the most popular girl in class. However, as he observes, or more accurately stalks her, he starts to feel attracted to his beautiful classmate. His confused heart often leads him to embarrassing and hilarious situations which will have you laughing your ass off. There will also be moments when you'll wonder how a character can be so cringe, but when you think about it, middle school is probably the only place where being cringe is kinda normal. So if you're into a cute rom-com, this one's going to be a special treat for you. Moving on, we have Mashle, which is the latest action thriller from A1 Pictures. Now, the best way to describe this anime would be to say that we have One Punch Man meets Harry Potter, which is something I never thought I would say. We have our MC Mash, who lives in a world where your worth is decided by just how magically gifted you are. Unfortunately, our protagonist lacks any magical abilities, but that's not going to stop him from joining a prestigious magical academy. To make up for his lack of magical proficiency, he trains and trains and trains his body until every muscle in his body is like granite. This insane physical strength allows him to stand up to rivals and bullies who consider him a stain on the face of the earth. There's a lot of action in the manga, and judging from the trailer, I believe the action scenes are going to look 10 times better thanks to the beautiful animation by A1 Pictures. At number 8, we have another anime about a bunch of kids goofing around in the night to deal with their insomnia. Now, this premise was somewhat explored in Call of the Night, but here we have a more realistic take on this one-of-a-kind genre. The anime follows Nakami, who is forced to wander through the night because of her sleep disorder. On one of his excursions, he visits the astronomy observatory at his school. There he finds his classmate Isaki, who also suffers from insomnia and spends her nights at the observatory. After realizing that they're both in the same boat, they decide to hang out at the observatory during the night. As you can see, this premise can lead to a lot of cool storylines, and luckily the animation here keeps up to provide what I hope will be a moving experience. Next up, we have the third season of the smash hit Dr. Stone. This new season will pick up right after the Stone Wars, and we will see our mad scientist Senku prepare for his voyage across the sea. The anime is going to follow the Age of Exploration arc, which shows how Senku looks for oil and other such resources to prepare for his long journey. He already knows the destination and hopes to find the secret behind the petrification. Whether he'll find out or not, only time will tell. Now, I admit, the second season failed to live up to the hype, but I think this new arc has the potential to once again bring this extremely interesting story on a path of pure, unadulterated entertainment. At number 6, we have The Ancient Magus' Bride, which finally returns with a new season after 6 years. If you're one of those people who skipped this anime because of its weird premise, you need to reconsider because you're missing out on a gem. Yes, the main character is an ancient being with a skeletal face. Sure, it involves buying and selling kids, but trust me, it's not some ecchi trash. It's a deep dive into the world of magic and folklore with a touch of romance to keep it light-hearted. Its laid-back pacing and beautiful animation provide for an immersive experience like no other, and it looks like the second season is going to continue the good work as we begin the Gakuen Academy arc. Moving on, we come to one of the biggest surprises of the year so far. It's looking likely that Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World, will be coming out this spring as well. Now, for any serious anime fan, this is a huge development. I mean, Konosuba is probably the funniest anime in existence. And just when we thought the show was never coming back, we received this spin-off which is going to explore the journey of Megumin before she joined up with Kazuma. Now, I'm not usually a big fan of spin-offs, but Crimson Demons are fascinating creatures, and I've also heard that the series will explain many fundamental laws of this strange world. Even more importantly, we'll once again be getting that sharp sense of humor we've been missing for so long. This might not be the best anime to come out this spring, but it's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. Up next, we have the second season of Tonikawa, a romantic comedy that won over so many people thanks to its cute and heartwarming premise. If you haven't watched the anime, let me give you a brief summary. It basically follows the lives of two people who end up marrying under strange circumstances. While this kind of plot usually leads to a weird isekai, Tonikawa takes a more realistic and wholesome route. The characters are not only well drawn, but also written with so much depth that they manage to surprise us even when we've become familiar with them. I really hope the second season follows the same trajectory as the first and keeps the story simple, because a complicated storyline might reduce the charm of this beautiful anime. At the number 3 spot, we have Oshinoko, an anime so strange that it's pretty much impossible to talk about without spoilers. But don't you worry, I'll try my best to only talk about the basic premise. Now, I became aware of this franchise after a certain ANICODE legend made a great video about the manga. And the moment I read the first chapter, I had only one question. What the hell was Akasaka-sensei smoking when he came up with this insane shit? Now, don't get me wrong, it's incredibly interesting and addictive. It's also a profound story that explores the world of stars and idols in a way that no other anime has ever done before. It also has some wild plot points that are going to scramble your brain, but the story is so good that you'll have no choice but to keep coming back for more, like the middle-aged dudes who skip their kid's birthday just to attend their favorite idol's concert. At number 2, we have Hell's Paradise, which is finally getting an adaptation we all knew was gonna happen sooner or later. It's one of the biggest IPs in the Shonen Jump's catalogue, and it's getting animated by the current overlord of animation, MAPPA. All of this guarantees that Hell's Paradise is going to be one of the biggest shows of the year. And that's a good thing, because it's a great story. Set in desolate feudal Japan, it follows Gabimaru, who goes to a magical island on a suicide mission, just so he can be reunited with his wife. His journey, however, is full of grim surprises. The art style of the first few chapters reminded me of the legendary Junji Ito. They're just so freaking creepy. There's also this vibe of mystery and awe to this show, which makes Gabimaru's adventure way more exciting. Now, before we reveal the number 1 spring anime, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any more content like this. And finally, we have Demon Slayer Season 3, which without a doubt is the biggest anime coming out this spring. With Season 2, the franchise broke the internet and solidified itself as the best battle shonen of the last few years. And this new season is only going to increase its dominance. The season focuses on the Swordsmith Village arc, where Tanjiro and Mist Hashira are going to face off against Upper Moon's Hantengo and Gyoko. Having read the anime, I can safely say this battle is going to be just as exciting as the one that took place in the entertainment district. So get ready for some god tier animation and ultra hype action that's gonna send you straight to the promised land. And that brings an end to today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.